then. So welcome everyone, welcome. My name is Kerry. I am the chair of PM Forum in Scotland. Welcome to today's session with the guys from Emperor.
The other thing that we've had to realise around authenticity is that we've also had to move faster, and that's been a challenge for organisations. How do those two things go in hand? I want to be authentic, but at the same time, I've got to move at a faster pace. And what businesses have all acknowledged in our research is that the door to change is open. And when that door is open, you've got to be very careful about how you manage the pace of it. And businesses have had to adapt very, very quickly.
No surprise, increased communication through the pandemic has brought us much closer together and been a real business leveler, I think, in the last year, both internally and externally, as kind of barriers are down. Leaders have really stepped in across the board, and most of our clients we work with are saying that their CEO has stepped in and led right from the front foot, the communications, giving direction, security and information right through the pandemic and the lockdown, with regular communications and Zooms and Hangouts and all of those things. And there's been a much more open two-way communication vibe. And then it's about lining the business up to kind of what you stand for and why you exist. And every single client conversation that we're having actually starts with talking about what's your story, what's your corporate narrative, and that always starts with why you're here, what value do you add beyond making money, what's the purpose of your role in society for your stakeholders in the community. So it needs to be relevant to everybody, internal and external.
So well, we've actually had a question from, she said, I agree that the culture piece is difficult when we're considering hybrid working. People are missing out on the social aspects where the culture is seen or felt. Yeah. Is there any tips on how to work on this? How can it be improved?
I think it's about firstly just acknowledging, thinking about some of the reasons, going back to what I said before, think about the reasons why you would want to be in the office and when you need to come together and what's the value create as a team and for your business. And it might be that actually we don't need to work together. We can work separately, but when we're in the office, we share knowledge, we share experience, we help each other. I can get coached, I can talk to the CEO or the leaders. Those intrinsic benefits that you get from being there, just talk about them and acknowledge them and work out how it's going to work for you, I think.
I think it also depends on personality type as well. So, Darryl and I, you may have noticed, are quite extrovert. And, it's kind of, so you are in a position where as a leader in the organization, I think you have to be respectful to the people that work in your team, because we put teams together that are made up of all kind of different personality types. As much as Darryl and I are here today, we're not the answer to every client. We're not the answer to every problem. And people like working with different kinds of people. And I think sort of acknowledging that you build teams with different kind of people and giving everybody the opportunity in their way to actually add value into your organization is going to be really important going forward.